Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey guys, welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews. Today's beer comes from Maine Beer Company. This is their A Tiny Beautiful Something, and it's a pale ale, not a big beer, coming in at 5.5%. This was sent to me by my brother Rico, and he writes 5.5% pale ale showcasing El Dorado hops. Bottle and date are on the label. It's bottled on 8/14/18. And he said he bought it last week for $7.35. I have reviewed several of their beers, guys. These beers from the Maine Beer Company, those guys seem to be very tasty. As you well know, I don't buy a lot of 5.5% beers for my go-to beers. I have seen some of their beers at the craft beer store, but they're not available at Kroger's or Wally World or anywhere like that. You have to actually go to a craft beer store to get some of them. I find several of their beers, their lunch and their dinner, are pretty damn awesome. Don't think I've had this particular version. So it's fairly fresh. Bottled on 8/14. Today is 9/15. So it's right about a month old in the bottle. But I do, like I said, I do find that they make some tasty beers, guys. So, and they're way up there in Maine. You guys that's in the vicinity or can pick these beers up, evidently Rico can get it because he bought it at the beer store where he's at. If you were to pick up some of their beers, they are rather tasty. So we're going to find out what this one's all about. So, with that being said, let's jump over to Untapped and see if we have any additional information. We don't have any IBUs listed for it. And basically it's telling me the same thing that Rico told me. So, first beer of the day for me, so let's get it on and see what we got here. And they use a little bit bigger bottle than a 12-ouncer for these. Into the glass we go. I'm going to pour it fairly aggressive and fairly quick since we don't do the food pairings. I'm using my favorite tulip glass, the Saban beer glass. Probably not going to be able to get it all in there on the original pour here. Rather carbonated, about a finger and a half of head on that pour. Got a slight haze to it. Doesn't look like a New England style beer by any means. A lot of bubbles streaming up from the center of the glass. Looks pretty nice. Let's get it to the nose. Very nice and citrusy. I'm getting hints of orange and tangerines. Maybe a little bit of pine. Maybe a slight hint of some grapefruit or pineapple. Not big on those aspects of it. Kind of citrusy. So let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Cheers Rico. Very pleasant. I'm getting the same thing on the taste. Nice orange. Maybe a slight hint of some mango in there. Very smooth. Very easy drinking. Alcohol is non-existent basically for 5.5%. Very pleasant. Very pleasant beer. A nice session beer, if you will. Does seem to have a nice amount of carbonation on the beer. Got a slight haze to it. Nothing, I can't tell you whether it's filtered or unfiltered. There may be a chill haze to it. I would not consider this a New England style beer. It's definitely not clouding up. It doesn't look like orange juice in the glass. But it is a pleasant beer, a very nice, to me, transitional beer. If you want to get into something that doesn't have a huge amount of bitterness and you're used to drinking the macros or something like that, this one will be a good one to jump over into and wet your whistle or your taste buds with a little bit of a hot profile, but not having a huge amount of bitterness like an IPA or a double IPA is going to have. But decent beer. I find these guys make decent beers. They really do. I really enjoyed their lunch and dinner, like I said. I don't buy a lot of these. I don't get over to the craft beer store. It's about 30 miles away, and I don't go across town very often anymore with all the wonderful subscribers I have sending me beer. But this is a decent beer, guys. So let me sip on it, and we'll come back and figure out where it's going to end up on the grade. All right, guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. A decent beer. A very nice, well-made beer. Nice session beer at 5.5%. Probably not something I would pick up for myself, but it is a very well-made beer and a very tasty beer. A lot of flavor and aroma to go with this beer for such a low ABV beer. It could be an unfiltered beer. It was fairly cloudy. Never did clear up, so it could possibly be an unfiltered beer by looking at it as I sipped on it here, guys. So it is. It doesn't tell me that on there. So Rico, once again, I appreciate my brother, for sending this to me. Like I said, they do make some tasty beers, guys. So let's do the final chug on this one. Nice citrusy notes, a little bit of dankness in there. Very pleasant, guys. Very tasty. Guys, to me, it's got the bottle on date and it's got the ABV on it. So, giving you the information you need to pick something up that's fresh. So, with that being said, I'm going to give this A-, guys, 90 from me. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 4.02 out of 5, exceptional. That's also in their A- range. And Untapped has it at 3.95, borderline there between their B+, A-. So let's just round it off and say it's an A- beer from everybody. So if you've had this one from Maine Beer Company, this is their A Tiny Beautiful Something American Pale Ale. Nicely done. So if you've had it, let me know what you think, guys. If you hadn't, pick it up, give it a try. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.